Hello interwebs, welcome to Let's Fix Computers, now with no camera flicker. Look, you can see the reflection of my LED bench light very clearly, and there's no flicker. Thank you Logitech for updating the firmware for the Brio. Anyway, this MacBook Pro doesn't turn on. We've got a full battery. Full battery? Oh. Huh. When it was plugged in a moment ago, our battery meter was saying full. Well, that's just something we just learned. Anyway, when I push the power button, nothing happens. So yeah, we're going to do a visual inspection. There are some suspicious looking marks that look like this thing has had something spilled on it. Of course, the customer hasn't mentioned any of that. But yeah, suspicious marks. Let's get this thing open and have a look at the inside. Okay, well this thing's actually fairly clean. Possibly something there. You can see a slight shine on that plastic there. That might be watermarks. Anyway, let's start by disconnecting the battery because a bad battery can stop these things from turning on. So we'll unplug that, plug in a charger, and let's see what it does. Right, so green light on the charger, press the power button. No, it's still nothing. Let's do a quick sanity check and see if the SMC is running. I can't remember where PPBus G3 Hot is on this thing, so I'm just going to wander around until I find it. It'll be somewhere. How about that? Half a volt? Right, there's PP3V42, which is fine, but I would expect that to be fine because we have a green light. Again, that big cap, I'm expecting that to be either PPBus G3 Hot or just charger voltage, and that's sitting at 0.8 volts. Nothing runs at 0.8 volts, so that seems very odd. So there's something going on with this fella. I think we're going to have to take the board out, have a look at the other side and find out what's going on with this thing. Okay, so we're going to get this board out the laptop now. I haven't looked up exactly the locations for where PPBus G3 Hot is yet, but the thing is we know just from the quick measurements I took that there is a problem with it, and that is almost certainly going to require me to remove the board to find, so we'll just get on with it. Well, back of the board is fairly clean, all things considered. There's dust here and stuff like that, but I've seen much worse. But that little green spot between those two big dudes there, I wonder if that's something. Could be interesting. Maybe a bit of corrosion that's leaking current off of a high current line, maybe. I don't know. We'll have a closer look at all of this in a sec. We'll take the speaker bit off and that kind of thing, and we'll have a closer look at those voltage rails and find out exactly where that missing voltage is, or find out where we're dropping it first, because I want to see if that's coming in at the charger or whether it's being lost somewhere in PPBus G3 Hot. Okay, right, so let's quickly pull off the speaker for this, just so we can have a closer look under there, make sure there's nothing horrifying. Which again, it doesn't seem to be. Pretty clean board apart from the usual sort of general dust and stuff that's up in this area. Right, there's our 18.5 from the charger. Now, I think this guy down here, I think that's the main coil for PPBus G3 Hot. So I'm going to have a quick look at that. Yeah, I think that is, and once again we got that 0.9 volts. So let's just double check that that is what I think it is. So we'll quickly switch over to the board view. And if we look at L7030 down here, yeah, PPBAT G3 hot charger regulator. Well, yeah, that's close enough. There's PPBus G3 hot. And, okay, there we go. There's a diode up there. That's the actual PPBus G3 hot, and also a resistor over there. So let's just grab that guy and just verify that. Yeah, so PPBus G3 hot is low. So I think what we need to do now is we need to disconnect the output of PPBus G3 hot and see if the rail comes up again, because that will tell us whether the fault is in the source of PPBus G3 hot or somewhere else in the system. And that obviously will drastically narrow things down. So let's switch over to a schematic and look up the source of PPBus G3 hot. Alright, so here's our 2936 schematic, and we're going to go PPBus underscore G3H. Go. And we're looking for that as an output. Output, there we go. Right, so F7040. There's the fuse for PPBus G3 hot. Let's find that guy. F7040. Right, where are you? You're on the top of the board. Oh, okay, that's near to where I was originally measuring. So let's flip the board over, and we want to disconnect that fuse. Alright, so we're just going to do a little bit of preheating from a distance. And I'm holding the hot air gun a bit cack-handed just so we're not blowing directly onto all of the RAM and stuff like that. Actually, I could just rotate the board around for that. Don't forget to rotate the computer instead of holding your tools cack-handed. Cool. All right, we'll let that guy cool off again, and then we'll measure PPBus G3 hot, and we'll see what has changed. So we should find that PPBus G3 hot comes up to its full fat 12 volts now at this point. If it doesn't, then that tells us that there's a problem with the power rail rather than somewhere in the system. I've just realized at this point that I've forgotten to clean up the board first, so that's a bit embarrassing. I sure hope it wasn't that simple. Although, to be honest, I don't think there's anything there that could be it. I don't see anything on there that looks like it could be causing a problem. Not even that little scummy bit that I pointed out. There we go. 12.6. So that is a running SMC. So that's the other good news, is it's not the SMC, which is good, because that's game over for me. Buggered if I'm going to replace an SMC. So our output from PPBus G3 hot is good, which means there is a fault somewhere else in the system. So something in the system has shorted out and is dragging PPBus G3 hot to ground. Okay, right, so we have a dead short on PPBus G3 hot. So with the fuse removed, if I go from ground to the other side of the fuse there, as you can see, we have no resistance at all. So something has gone pop hardcore, but there's no signs of issues on the board. Completely invisible, whatever it is. So I'm going to inject voltage, and we're going to see if that will show this up. So I've got a couple of fairly heavy wires here, and we're going to solder them onto PPBus G3 hot so we can directly interface the board. So now we're going to start pumping power into this, and we're going to see where it warms up. Okay, and we're going to start at 1 volt and half an amp. Here we go. And let's just squirt a little bit of alcohol on it and see what dries out. Nothing that side. unlikely because there's not a lot of PP Bus G3 Hot on that side of the board anyway. How about over here? Nothing doing over there. Okay, let's give it a bit more juice. Okay, that's an amp. Nope, nothing doing there. I think we're going to need to give it a bit more. Right, it's 1.5. Hello. Still nothing going on that side. I'll just take the cap off of the PCH, just so we can expose a bit more of the board. No heat on either of those guys either. Okay, 2 amps it is. Where is that power going? Someone on this board is eating 3 watts now. Someone's sitting there taking 3 watts of power like a champ. Ooh. Found it. It's there. On the other side of the board. Next to the fan. There's something down there. I think it's that cap there. Oof, and that one. Okay, let's investigate that area. I think we might be getting somewhere. Hard to tell. I think these guys were warming up. However, as soon as I put my finger on them, my finger just heat soaked all of that heat back off of the board again, so it's kind of hard to tell. What are they, first of all? Right, those guys. PP Bus S5 HS Computing. Right, are those guys shorted to ground then? I'm guessing so. So that's these guys here. So let's just put a measure on those. Ground and also ground. So these guys could have been doing it. And they're big devices, so if they're both shorted, they could be soaking up a lot. Let's take them off the board and see what happens. Right, has the short gone? Ah, interesting. Right, what about the caps themselves? Yeah, that guy's fine. That guy doesn't look fine. Alright, well we've got one dead cap, which does have a burn mark on it as well. So what's the, let's see what our drop across, PP Bus G3 Hot is. Okay, our short across PP Bus G3 Hot is gone. So let's stick the working one back on the board. We can probably do a test with only one of those caps. So that's the one that's not burnt. Okay, let's check that our short hasn't appeared again, because I hate it when that happens. Beep beep. No beeps. And the resistance is a lot. Good. Okay, right, so let's get the fuse back on and see if it starts. So I need my soldering again. Oh, I saw it. No, we're hot airing that as well. Don't ask me why I'm trying to be a soldering iron hero. I guess I just don't like being reliant on the hot air. It makes things so easy, but it's very easy to be dependent on it. The power supply is back on. Let's blow this bad boy up. Alright, and our survey says, hey! There's a spinning fan. And I'm going to turn it off again straight away because there's no heat sinks on it. Whew. Okay, right, it turns on. So, what is this capacitor? What does it do and what is it supposed to be? We have left off C7560 or C7530. We took off both of them, and I think it was this one that was gone, but I moved this one over to there because they're in parallel, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. Let's get the schematic up on screen and find out what that actually is. So 2936. Holy crap, that was good luck. That's CPU V core. There's 7560 over there on the auxiliary phase. Or 7540, there it is, yeah. The auxiliary phase must be the other one that was over on the left. Phew, okay. So what are the rating on those caps? What are they supposed to be? 33 mic, 16 volt tantalum. Alright. So the bad news is I don't have one of those. They're marked as critical, so I can't leave it off the board. I think, I wonder if I can rob one from somewhere. I wonder if I can nick one from my old practice board. I don't really want to kill this board though. Let's see if we can sacrifice the practice board to make some money on this one. Right, so the practice board is a 2530. So let's open the 2530 board view and check if it's got any 33 mic 16 volt tantalum capacitors on it. It probably has. There's one. What's this? Battery charger. Oh, that's awesome. I don't need the battery charger to work on this. Oh wait, no, there's PP bus G3 hot. I kind of want that to work. Although we could come back and try and fix that at a later date. I'm taking it. C7008, I'm stealing you. C7008. Okay, that's the big one up near the battery connector. Which is that bad boy there. Right, you getting robbed. There we go. Lovely pair of capacitors. Let's check our work again. And then we've got lots of kilo ohms. And it's charging up. Beautiful. Okay, right, let's get all the bits reattached to this board so we can start it up. So this little heatsink, those are just thermal pads. Those can go straight back on. and we'll get some new thermal paste onto the CPU just to make sure that that guy is happy. Alright, time to find out if it was all in vain. It's chimed, the screen has lit up. Apple loading screen, SSD boot time. Bam. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Good. Alright, so we're all done. So we had a short circuit across one of the tantalum filter caps on the CPU power supply. It wasn't on CPU decoupling itself, it was on one of the V-core phases. So yeah, lucky escape. I'm amazed that it hadn't blown something up. Cool. Right, thank you very much for watching everyone. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.